Howard D. Schultz, born July 19, 1953 in Brooklyn, New York, is the visionary entrepreneur who transformed Starbucks from a small Seattle coffee bean retailer into the world's largest coffeehouse chain with over 38,000 stores globally. His rags to riches story is driven by a childhood in poverty, a pivotal trip to Italy, and an unwavering commitment to employee welfare, often citing his father's struggles as motivation to create a company with dignity and benefits. Schultz grew up in the Bayview Houses, a federally subsidized housing project in Brooklyn's Canarsie neighborhood. His family moved there when he was 3, living in a cramped 2-bedroom apartment on the 7th floor. His father, Fred Schultz, a World War II veteran and truck driver who never finished high school, held low-paying blue-collar jobs, often multiple at once, with no benefits or security. His mother, Elaine, worked as a receptionist. A defining moment came at age 7 when his father broke his ankle on the job, lost his income, and the family had no safety net. Schultz later described his father as a beaten man among the working poor. Despite contemporaries calling Bayview the country club of projects due to its relative safety, Schultz felt the stigma of poverty deeply, fueling his drive to escape. He excelled in sports, football, basketball, baseball, to avoid being labeled a poor kid, earning an athletic scholarship to Northern Michigan University, where he became the first in his family to graduate college, BS in Communications, 1975. Post-graduation, Schultz worked sales jobs at Xerox, and then as VP/General Manager for Hammarplast, a Swedish housewares company. In 1981, he noticed Hammarplast's drip coffee makers selling unusually well to a small Seattle retailer, Starbucks, then just a few stores selling beans and equipment. Intrigued, he visited in 1982 and joined as Director of Retail Operations and Marketing. A 1983 trip to Milan, Italy changed everything. Seeing over 1,500 espresso bars, he envisioned Starbucks as a third place between home and work for community and premium brewed coffee. The founders resisted shifting from beans, so Schultz left in 1985 to start Il Giornale, raising $1.8 million from investors after 200 rejections to open Italian-style cafes. In 1987, with investor help, Schultz acquired Starbucks, then 11 stores, for $3.8 million, merged it with Il Giornale, and rebranded. He took it public in 1992 at a $271 million valuation, fueling explosive growth through coffee wars and innovations like the Frappuccino, loyalty programs, and drive-thrus. Under his leadership, stores grew from 11 to over 28,000 by his 2017 retirement, pioneered employee benefits, health insurance, stock options, or Beanstock, and college tuition reimbursements, even for part-timers, expanded globally, emphasizing ethical sourcing and fair trade. Schultz stepped down as CEO in 2000, remained chairman, but returned in 2008 amid the financial crisis, closing underperforming stores, refocusing on core values, and adding digital innovations like mobile ordering. He retired again in 2017, executive chairman until 2018, briefly returned as interim CEO in 2022-2023 during unionization challenges, then fully stepped away. As of early 2026, Schultz's net worth is estimated at $3 to $3.5 billion. Forbes ranks him around 1,000 to 1,200 globally, primarily from Starbucks stock and ventures like Maveron, co-founded VC firm with investments in eBay, Groupon. With wife Sherry, married 1982, 2 children, he co-founded the Schultz Family Foundation in 1996, focusing on youth employment and veteran support, for example, Onward Youth and Onward Veterans programs. He's donated millions to education, AIDS research, and social causes. Politically moderate, socially liberal, fiscally conservative, he considered a 2020 presidential run as a centrist independent, but withdrew. He owned the Seattle Supersonics, 2001 to 2006, sold amid relocation controversy. Schultz's story embodies the American dream, turning childhood hardship into a company that revolutionized coffee culture while prioritizing people. As he often says, he built the kind of company my father never got to work for. His books, like From the Ground Up, 2019, share these lessons.